Pastor, I just have one more question to ask you, which is, it's amazing to see what you've done with your church and with your family, and how everyone has come to know the Lord and come to serve the Lord and have dedicated their lives to the Lord. And I think that is something that every family, every Christian family should aspire to, because it is a legacy, it is a treasure that is handed down. How did you manage this?
Actually, this I learned from my parents. We have become very legalistic in our homes. You must do this, you must not do that, you must go this way. And thereby, we antagonize our children. They say, why? They don't want you to go and do that thing, this thing. But if you start living the life, now I can preach on love. But if I am rude, that's only words. I can speak on kindness. If I am not kind, I was talking to a preacher this morning and to his wife. I said, your problem is here. You said, I forgave. But later, you remember. And then you get antagonistic towards your husband. Why? There's a philosophy which says, I can forgive, but I can't forget. I'm not God. That is why I said, you don't understand. Peter came and said, I have forgiven my brother 7 times, but he's still doing it. What did Jesus say? Forgive him 70 times 7. What does that mean? Have the spirit of forgiveness. When Jesus was on the cross, Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Now, he didn't mean those fellows who were driving the nails and put in the crown of thorns. Caiaphas, the chief priest, was he an ignorant man? What about Herod the king? What about Pilate the governor? His wife warned him, have nothing to do with this innocent man. He forgave all of those people. They had natural knowledge. They didn't have insight to the truth. So therefore, you must not be a hypocrite. Hypocrite is to tell something and to do something else. Your words and your actions must travel together. If you say, I believe in God, I believe in the love of God, I believe in the forgiving grace of God, I believe in holiness, I believe to walk in righteousness, you must practice it. You must do it. That has a very great impact on the whole family. Well, my father was not a philosopher, educated man, but his life, all my 6 brothers and my sister served God. You know why? The influence. They were not educated people. They were not theologians like today. Simple faith in God. This is the way it influences. Still I think of my father. Some of the things he did. Still it influences me. Today I told this preacher, I was having a friend, a very good friend of mine. I treated him equal. But he was unmarried and my wife was young. He got a chocolate and on the cover wrote some things, I admire you and all these things. So my wife was young, I was young. When I came home, she gave me this. So I got angry. Naturally, you treat you as your brother. Then I stopped. I said, Father, you said, Father, forgive them. And you had the power. You could have said, send a host of angels and destroy these people. But with all your power, you said, Father, forgive them. Lord, I want to forgive. But I can't forget this. Then he said, you must have the spirit of forgiveness. That's why he said 70 times 7, not 7 fulfilling the law. I forgive because the law says, no, I forgive you because I have a spirit of forgiveness. That touches. I got into the car. He was living in Borella. We were in Mount Lavinia. I went. I tapped at the door. He didn't know I knew this. He's a good friend. I said, I came to tell you. And I pulled the chocolate and I showed. He said, Ayyo, I did it. I said, no, I have already forgiven you. Long before you ask. Because Jesus forgave me long before I knew the story of the cross. And I said, I restore you as my brother. You come back to my home. You and I will go together. My wife will go with us. And I restored when he came to the last mile. I even helped his marriage. He was dying in the hospital when I went. He cried and said, Pastor Colton, what you did for me, I will never forget through eternity. Spirit of forgiveness. A Christian must be an example, not by striving, but by yielding to the love of God. So thereby, it is now coming down. Like the curse go to the third generation, my father's first generation, I am the second, it has gone to my children, and now it's going to my children's children. You can pass it on. When they see it, my grandchildren come, and they always want to talk. When my wife was there, they used to chat with her for hours. Because they can see the way we live. Transparent you must be. And your message becomes very effective. If it is not good for your family, how can it be good enough for people who are outside? See, you must taste and see that God is good. So it can pass on from you to your family and from your family to their families. It is not that they are following rules. The love, the mercy, the joy, the peace and life eternal flows through.